The pandemic hit us all hard, with the fallout still being felt. And today there are also economic challenges and more pressure to protect the planet. But what does it all mean for the world of work, for jobs? For our latest Euronews Debates, we've been asking the question, how do you recruit and retain talent in times of change? We've had a great panel lined up in Switzerland to discuss this. Let's take a look at some of the key takeaways.
What we've seen is a important pandemic, and during that pandemic, large sectors weren't really able to produce and work like they used to. So that has laid off many people, and so we've seen a very big an undershooting of labor demand. And what I see is a very much overshooting right now. Everybody's looking for talent, and this is a very complicated and complex and frustrating process.
We see that we are active in a very, very dynamic market, and we see a lot of new players in the market. It's players that are similar to us, but it's also big companies who try to incorporate this sustainability, climate protection, environmental protection know-how. We also see that the big consultancies build up sustainability departments, and therefore now we compete with a lot of new competitors. And we see that just offering a job in a trendy topic, that's to say sustainability, it's not a USP, it's not enough anymore.
We are facing that it's now a candidate market now. They have the choice, and they are more and more selective. They ask more and more things, flexibility from the company, sense, values. So these kind of subjects are more and more crucial for candidates.
The pandemic has helped us to discover, imagine all of us, that actually there's different ways of working, and you don't need to have people in the office 24/7 or 5 days a week, from 9 to 6, and then people know what they have to do, and you can lead and work very differently.
The challenge now really is to find a very good compromise, and really think very carefully where does it make sense to come to the office, because I personally, and also we in general at My Climate, think that the physical interaction, the personal and emotional interaction, that's really needed, but it's not needed for every kind of work. And I think nowadays it's really now the challenge to find the best mix and really use the time we have together for those things that have a bigger value when you do it in the same room and sit at the same table.
There seems to be a huge shift from workers caring about salaries to other aspects, flexibility, sense, and purpose, and maybe that's new generations. It's just something that happens, and so the response by firms is to think of different models that they offer to these rare candidates, and one is 4-day work weeks. I think it's been tested in several IT firms, maybe also in bigger firms.
It's more a balance act of having a dialogue with the person, because not only you want to attract the best talent, which is a given in the equation of winning in the marketplace. What you want to make sure is that those talents really flourish and they enjoy the place where you are. And when I interview great talent, like all companies, and I'm sure it's the same for My Climate or for even for the University of Lausanne, it's not the right place for everybody. And I think it's better to have a true conversation by really expressing what are the values of the company, what we expect from people, and tell them the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I think now hiring is like a seduction, and I just received a few days ago a very big example, but a company in Germany is paying candidates when they can put the CV, and then when they come for an interview, they receive more money, and when they pass the assessment, they will receive more money, and if they sign the contract, they will receive more money, like a prime that they receive to be recruited. So,
or a bribe, some people might say.
It shows how the market is now. It's like fighting between companies to attract the best candidates.
So it's no longer giving them a free piece of company merchandise, like a drinking mug or something. It's now about giving them cash. Catherine, do you go along with that approach?
It probably will be a little bit difficult, but in general, I agree that it has become really challenging to find the best people, and then in the second step, once you have them, also to keep them, because the reasons why somebody joined you, it might change because we as organization change, people change. So we see that it's really a constant process to stay attractive and to prevent people from moving to somewhere else.
In Switzerland, there's, for instance, an online platform by the government. It's not really elegantly designed or anything, but one thing it allows people to do is to very specifically look for people according to their occupation, where they live. So what I mean, what's special about this is that the recruiters are becoming active, and we're studying their data to understand how they react to aspects of the people, gender, nationality, is there discrimination or not? But those are other questions. What's relevant for here is we're looking at these data to see how far is a recruiter willing to compromise in terms of fit for the position when there's a tight labor market or a slack labor market.
You know, there are a lot of people on LinkedIn saying, look at me, I'm amazing, recruit me, look at what I've been doing, I'm fantastic, I'm the best person in the world. Is that the right approach? How do you get yourself found?
It depends your situation. If you are a job seeker, there are mainly job boards where you can find some open and not confidential positions. And then yes, it's what you said, Damon. Now companies are making employer branding, are making marketing to find right candidates, and now candidates has to do the same, has to market themselves a little bit. And LinkedIn is a solution, but your network, conferences and events are another one.
There are many who really want to have an impact on the world, and they are very willing to have maybe more insecurity, maybe it's an internship, just to actually do things that they think make sense. So purpose and diversity, sustainability, those are all things that they care about, that they really want to change that. And that's what we also see, in politics, in activism. There's a whole movement that we see among the young generation today, which was maybe less strong when I started working here.
If you do stuff to seduce people, candidates, to attract them, and you don't deliver on the promise, then you will generate a chaos and a massive turnover. So that's why I refer to
Charles, you need to seduce with the truth. It's a different way, with the truth.
Then we talk the same. And I think that's something we have been learning and doing. And one of the massive mistakes we did when we're a full tobacco company is by overselling what we were doing in order to attract the best talent. And that doesn't work. And I think the best is what people want is obviously to have a purpose, sustainability, inclusion, diversity, but they want to see that in real numbers.
The basis is really a very meaningful job, a good, transparent and honest communication with the people, so that they really have the feeling I am here not only because I fulfill some task, but because with all my also my human character. And I think if that basis is given, then of course adding on with cool team events and other nice benefits, it's nice.
Leila, in terms of retention, they often say you leave a bad manager, not a bad company. Would you go along with that?
Yeah, I totally agree with this phrase, Damon. I think,
I'm not talking about
told you.
Experience, by the way.
That's true. Yes, at Gunchy Partner, for example, we have a 15 months guarantee. So we are convinced that we need to hire at the beginning the right person, and the right person, it's the right fit. And I use what just Charles told and Catherine too. your employee value proposition, it's not just you as a manager who decide. It's you need to listen your employee, to have an employee survey, for example, and to learn about your strengths. Use
but have
them.
a survey, but also act upon it, right? Because
Exactly.
I've done many
Act on
employee
it.
surveys in the past. Yeah.
Exactly, and exactly work on your weaknesses. It's really important.
I think we may see in coming years more exchange or companies cracking agreement to exchange talent. Instead of losing talent, me to Microsoft or to P&G, why don't we sit together and say, you can make maybe a couple of years at PMI, a couple of years at P&G?
I think recruitment is no more just an HR job, and it's more and more sales, marketing, and more IT. We are working with data, we are working with artificial intelligence, and I think that will become more and more the case.
The key takeaways there from our latest Euronews debate. You can watch the full debate on our website at euronews.com. Bye for now.